Oh, what's going on, y'all? Just a quick video. One of the things I learned in life is, you know, on this whole spiritual path and journey is I hear people talk about peace a lot, inner peace, having peace inside yourself and, feeling blissful and calm inside. But for me personally, this is just my personal belief. Sometimes peace can look differently depending on who you are. Sometimes peace can look like telling people to just, I don't give a shit what you think. Sometimes peace can look like telling people to just go fuck themselves or just to go fuck off in general. Sometimes self love and peace can look like that. Sometimes self love can just look like just telling people, like I said, to go fuck themselves. Like I don't give a shit. I feel like most of my life I've been trying to always be a version of myself that is more digestible for people because I've been overly concerned with, being accepted or not seen as someone that's negative or bad to be around. I just don't really care anymore because one day I started thinking, I was like, people are not going out of their way to be a version of themselves that I'm not offended by, that I'm not traumatized by, that I'm not hurt by. No one is walking through life and doing everything by my standards, like, doing everything in a way to where I don't get offended or hurt or upset or, any of those things. I'm like, nobody's doing that. So I was thinking, I'm like, why in the hell do I believe or feel like I need to constantly edit myself to be a version of myself that's always perceived as positive or having good energy? I'm like, nobody's doing that for me. You know what I'm saying? Just in general, like, everybody is not walking around always trying to make sure that, oh, I can't say this thing that way because it might offend so and so. Yeah, I better not say this that way because it might offend Omar. Nobody's doing that, so why am I? So, I made a post today, actually just now, basically saying that I'm done basically being this version of myself that feels like he needs to constantly edit himself because he doesn't want to be perceived a certain way, whether it be negative or having good or bad energy. It's like, what does it fucking matter? I've been doing this shit and living my life like this for so long, and I'm just over it. Like, like being a person that people like or accept. It shouldn't be that hard. I shouldn't. In other words, I shouldn't feel like I have to try hard to be a likable person. You know what I mean? Like, I should just be able to be who I am, and that should be it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to go out here and intentionally do or say things that piss people off. But what I am saying is, I'm done trying to be a version of myself where I just, I guess, try too hard to never say the wrong thing, never be perceived in a negative way, or never be seen as being negative. It's just like, I don't, because you know what? There's certain people that I actually know or hang out with or associate with that these people don't feel none of these negative ways that so called other people see me. And no, they're not toxic or low vibrational. They're very good, wholesome people, and they don't have none of the issues with me that other people seem to have. And I notice that I'm like, why is it that these people over here that are very nice, very kind, very loving, don't see any of this negative shit that other people supposedly see? I'm like, what is the difference? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I started to realize that, like, these people ain't saying none of this shit that these other people are saying that are supposedly so negative about me, or I'm not constantly scrutinized in every little negative aspect about my personality isn't like magnified with the magnifying glass and made to be so huge. Like it's just so horrible. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's just a short video. I was just thinking earlier today, like, yeah, that shit's done. But anyway, y'all have a good day. Later.